Having lost 3 games in a row and still not having OG Anunoby and Norman Powell available, the Raptors still take care of business against the Orlando Magic, winning 115-102 to snap a 3-game losing streak. And with Orlando coming again tomorrow against the Raptors, can we expect another win for the Raptors? And what went well in this game last night? Let's get into it. This is the Raptors Roundup, the segment where we round up the Raptors game from the night before with a brief synopsis. We take you through an overview of proceedings, and then we leave you with 3 takeaways to move on with for the future. But this is Amateur Sports, the Raptors themed channel where you get videos and live stream watch-alongs about the Toronto Raptors, including said videos like the one today. So if you like what you see, you want more of me talking about the Toronto Raptors in content just like this, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below. Show your support, join the movement of the channel. Just hit 2,000 subs yesterday. We hit it live during our watch along for the Orlando Magic and Toronto Raptors game. If you're missing the live streams, you're missing out on great content just like this. And the schedule came out for this season. Opened up his calendar and circled this day. He's like, hey, you know how I'm gonna get back at Kyle Lowry? I'm gonna just shoulder barge him when he's not looking. Wow, that's some great content you missed out on by not being at the stream. Make sure you're there tomorrow for another watch along against the Orlando Magic. So let's get into the video. The Raptors playing against the Orlando Magic. Raptors come in having lost 3 in a row, kind of falling apart after going, they started 2-8, then they went 6-1 in their next 7 games, and then they lost 3 games in a row, but kind of got back on track here even without OG and Norm. And we also play the Orlando Magic on Tuesday night, which is tomorrow, and hopefully the Raptors can come away with another victory data to kind of further that progress that they are slowly making. Like, there is definitely progress, and we saw in this game that there is progress being made. It just needs to be a little bit more consistent. We can't have those nights like we had against the Sacramento Kings. So let's get into the synopsis of the game. So first quarter, again, this is going to be a problem without OG. It was a problem against the Kings, and also we need some bench scoring help without Norman Powell available. But the Raptors come out hot. They had 2 3-pointer misses to start off the game, and I kind of had my head in my hands thinking, like, okay, don't fall into this rabbit hole of you have to shoot threes to get yourself out of this slump. Why not try to go get to the rim, get a midi to get yourself in the flow of the game? And the Raptors, that is exactly what they did. It's as if they were listening to me during the stream, because their next 5 baskets were all mid-range or in the paint, which put them up 10-3 to start off the game. Now, Orlando called a timeout and quickly made it 10-9, but then the Raptors started pulling away and didn't look back for the rest of the game. Siakam had a very confident and aggressive start, aggressive at getting to the rim, even amongst other bodies, and hitting his layups. Pascal Siakam had another fantastic game. And Fred VanVleet started pretty hot, but fell off pretty early in the game as well. Started pretty well, but then didn't continue that for the rest of the game. But that was okay, because there were a lot of guys contributing to this one, including the likes of Aron Baynes, who had the defensive assignment against Nikola Vucevic, who historically struggles against the Toronto Raptors, but that's usually because Marc Gasol is defending him, Serge Ibaka is defending him. So I was a little bit scared about what Vucevic would be able to do against the Raptors with Aron Baynes in him, but my goodness, Aron Baynes stood up to the task, keeping Vucevic on the entire game to 5 for 18 from the field on the night, while also hauling in 16 rebounds, which is huge for Baynes and huge for the Raptors, because Orlando are the best team in the league when it comes to offensive rebounding. And I thought that the Raptors would get bullied on the glass, but because of the likes of Aron Baynes snatching rebounds at will over the course of this game, it made sure that the Raptors were always a step ahead of the Magic. And even though the Magic are the best in the biz at getting offensive rebounds, the Raptors didn't feel it. And the Raptors, who struggle at rebounding, did a good job here. Not just Baynes, but a lot of guys closing out, boxing out, and making sure that Baynes can grab that rebound. The Raptors had a great first quarter and were up by 12 at the end of it. In the second quarter, we kind of maintained the pace. Chris Boucher came off the bench and had a better night than we've seen in the last week or so, with chipping in with some points. And Yuta off the bench was great. Again, Yuta always makes a difference when he comes on the court. This time on offense, made a little bit more of a mark than usual, but defense was consistently there throughout the night. His positioning, his steals, his rebounding, his shot blocking, even had a nasty block on Nikola Vucevic in the second half. Another great performance from Yuta here. The Raptors defense continued to stump Orlando's offense, and I felt like, I was getting shades of the old Raptors again. Was the elite defensive play from a lot of guys. Fred VanVleet continued to chip in. Aron Baynes continued to be great. Same with with Yuta Watanabe. And along with that defense, it was a rare night where the Raptors' defense and offense both had good nights. And it was a lot about Pascal Siakam. Continued to be dominant in the second quarter where, I noticed his shot selection. He was not taking any threes. And I've been saying for weeks, just eliminate that from your game completely and focus, just get in the paint. And in the entire first half, Siakam did not take a single shot, if I'm not mistaken, did not take a single shot outside of the paint. And that was probably a big reason why he kept on scoring and scoring, because taking those threes seems to diminish his confidence at taking those shooting opportunities. But getting to the rim, high percentage looks that were falling. Sure, some of them rimmed out that shouldn't have, but he kept on going, kept on being aggressive, and kept on racking up points. The game gets a bit away from us late on in the second quarter, and it turned into a 5-point game with about 2.5 minutes to go. I'm looking at this Raptors like, hey, we could easily be up 10 at halftime. We could easily be tied or down at halftime. But the Raptors finally close quarters well. They close out this second quarter very well, eliminate the possibility of the Magic getting back into the game, and that was the closest the Magic ever were to being tied ever again for the rest of the game, that 5-point margin. The Raptors, once again, were up big at halftime. In the third quarter, the Raptors maintained this composure and this confidence. Bembry had a great game here, was great on defense, and was chipping in a lot on offense as well, which is very nice to see. We know he has those defensive assets to his game, but also brought along a lot of offensive assets in this game, and was profiting a lot from Kyle Lowry being an absolute dimer over the course of the night. Kyle Lowry didn't have a good night from a shooting department. It was 4 for 13 from the field and really struggled in the fourth quarter when we'll get there. But assist-wise, Kyle Lowry had 15 assists and was just quarterbacking the offense, finding those inside passes that led to an easy 2 points to the Raptors. There was just so much confidence. There was so much happiness in the way the Toronto Raptors were playing. They were smiling. They were smiling again. They were making good decisions on offense, which is rare. They're making very good decisions on offense and playing stellar defense, especially against Orlando Magic star Nikola Vucevic. Props to Aron Baynes again. Aron Baynes had definitely taken a real step forward in his Raptors career in the last couple of weeks. Continues to get better every game, was great in this one, and his shooting selection is becoming a lot more smarter. There was a situation where Aron Baynes popped out, had an open 3-point opportunity with the shot clock winding down. But instead of taking on the shot, he elected to pump fake and give the ball to Pascal Siakam, who went to slash at the rim and ended up getting a circus shot to go from that. Probably could have been an and one, but regardless, Aron Baynes used to shoot the ball way too much. I think there was a game last week where he shot the 3-pointer 7 times, but now he's eliminating that from his game. He's being smarter. If he's wide open, sure, he'll take it, and sometimes he can knock it down. Didn't knock one down yesterday, but sometimes he will. But he's making a lot better decisions on offense to create offense for other guys and allow for better, higher percentage shooting opportunities to arise. Aron Baynes, big time improvement here. We'll move on to the fourth quarter where it's closing time. The Raptors just need to, just cruise for the rest of this game. But Orlando come out somewhat hot in this fourth quarter, make it an 8-point game, which makes me a little bit uncomfortable watching the game. But the Raptors, they turn it back on. And on the back of guys like Pascal Siakam continuing to slash the rim, the Raptors take control of this game and never look back. A back-to-back 30 bomb for Pascal Siakam. Back-to-back nights was 30 points. Great to see Pascal Siakam really seemingly coming back into his own. It seems like we're getting more of the old Siakam. Instead of just being lazy and settling for 3-pointers, he's attacking the rim. He's being aggressive, and he's finishing through contact and drawing a lot more fouls. These are promising steps for Siakam. It's one thing to have a good shooting night for Siakam, but to make the better decisions, to see that the decision-making for Pascal Siakam is significantly improving, which it really is over the last couple of games. Just getting to the rim, high percentage shots, is promising for him coming back to what he was, that all-NBA second team. The Raptors roll to the end and win big 115-102, and there wasn't garbage time at the end. Would have kept this Orlando Magic team to under 100 points, but that's okay. The Raptors still get this one done. A lot of good performances. I really couldn't talk about them all. Siakam, again, Kyle Lowry from a diming perspective, Aron Baynes rebounding, defense, Yuta for all of the assets he brings on the game, all the smarts he brings to the game. There were so many good performances. DeAndre Bembry as well. Shout out to him for having a great game here. So let's move on to the 3 takeaways for this game. The first key takeaway is that Pascal Siakam has back-to-back 30 bombs. Pascal Siakam making a lot better decisions. I was just talking about it, but Pascal Siakam getting to the rim, finishing in contact, which also gets him more opportunities from the shooting line. It looks like he's more confident going to the rim, and there are a lot of opportunities where he's open for three, where, the start of the season, he's just settling and missing a lot of those shots, but now, not settling for that, getting to the rim and making sure he gets a better shooting opportunity, and not to mention that dunk all over Aaron Gordon's head top. Oh my goodness. Pascal Siakam's going to be on the highlight reel for quite some time, all over Aaron Gordon's head after Aaron Gordon was talking the chunk all game to guys like Kyle Lowry and had that shoulder bar to turn into a flagrant. It sucks that Aaron Gordon got injured, but before he got injured, my God, he had a bad night. He got the flagrant one on Kyle Lowry, plus getting dunked all over by Siakam. What a hype moment for the Raptors. Second key takeaway is Aron Baynes. I've been a big supporter of Aron Baynes since the Raptors signed him. A lot of people turned their backs on him, but I was one that always wanted to make it work with Aron Baynes. Sure, I wanted to trade for another big to help out somebody like Aron Baynes, but Aron Baynes really coming into his own. Don't think we really need to trade for a center, maybe a backup center like a JaVale McGee still, but my God, Aron Baynes' defense over the last week or so, having assignments on the likes of Sabonis and Vucevic, two guys who have been Eastern Conference All-Stars before, and doing a fantastic job, limiting their shooting nights while also grabbing a ton of rebounds and still chipping in just a little bit on offense for the Raptors. It's great to see the steps and strides Aron Baynes is taking. Hopefully this progression continues because I'm really liking his performances recently. Third key takeaway is the rebounding effort, not just from Aron Baynes, but all the guys, because this Orlando Magic team, like I said, came in the best offensive rebounding team in the NBA, and that was a nightmare sight for the Raptors looking at it before the game, because the Raptors don't rebound well and allow a lot of second chance points, but didn't happen here. Aron Baynes had 16 boards by himself, but a lot of guys made the effort to box out and go up and grab rebounds. It was very refreshing to see the effort on both ends of the court, and the Raptors played a full 48-minute game at a high level, something they very, very rarely do over the course of this season. But bottom line, the Raptors win with a stellar offensive and defensive performance. So many positives. Let's keep rolling with this momentum. So what did you guys make of this game? Who were your standout performers? For me, Pascal Siakam, Kyle Lowry, and Aron Baynes really stood out based on their performances. But I want to hear all of your thoughts and opinions in the comments down below. But that wraps it for me for today. Thank you so much for watching. If you're still here, please like the video. If you like, and subscribe to Amateur Sports for more videos like this, and also subscribe for the watch-along content like the watch-along tomorrow night for the game against the Orlando Magic. Also, thank you very much for the 2,000 subscribers on the channel. It really means the world to me. I hope we can continue progressing from this point, but I really appreciate everything we've accomplished so far on this channel. Remember, the NBA Star members are in line for that 2,000 subscriber giveaway. Giveaway details will be out later today, so if you want to get involved, hit that join button down below and get yourself involved in the prize. Also, you can upgrade the prize by becoming a member yourself. At the end of the day, I believe what I say. If you disagree, that is okay. We'll see you again next time for another video.